Like one niche I would always recommend to do like women's clothing, I think is really, really, really good. So like women's Western clothing, I would do one store in this. So I would maybe sell, it's winter right now, so I'd maybe sell jackets, woolen shirts, bunch of different stuff. Like I would focus on winter clothing, okay? So like hoodies, jackets, that sort of thing. One store I would then do in probably home finds, somewhere in here, maybe bathroom's not that good. Oh, I know what to do it in, yeah, like blankets, this sort of thing. So again, kind of a winter niche, which is okay. But I would do something like this, so blankets. So that's first niche would be women's clothing, second niche would be something like blankets, and the third niche, I would kind of do something getting ready for summer. So I'd maybe do gardening, let's have a little look in here. Like sell some shit like this, garden ornaments, some random bullshit like this. I think this is actually quite a cool little product. I'd sell something like this, you know? The easiest way for me to explain how big fashion is on Etsy is they promote it right fucking here. Like it's fashion fine, you know? They wouldn't do this shit if they didn't fucking bang, you know? And I mean, even this is a fucking good example. Fashion finds. Oh, like we're going by the top left to the bottom right. That's how we read in English, right? So we go top left, and then it's kind of like we look like this, and then we maybe go down to the bottom right. But bottom fucking right is the last place we look. Last place we look as humans, right? We read from top left, you know? That's the bottom right. Bags and purses, the bottom right. I can't prove it more than that. That's the perfect example. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, home favorites would probably be the same thing. You know, the bottom right one's gonna be the worst. I don't really agree with this one, but we're just gonna ignore this because it didn't prove my point. But yeah, I'm just saying based on my experience, right? Maybe people have different experiences. Also, when I niche, should I have bags, jackets, shoes stores, or should I just really niche specific? Go niche specific. So like, your whole store should be based around cozy throws. You know, your whole store should be based around linen clothing. The whole thing should just be based around like, bro, what is this? Linen clothing. Bro, this seems like such a weird product picture. The rest of them are kind of normal. That one's, these seem a bit weird. I don't know. Just me? Like overly, I don't know. What would be a really good niche apart from clothing? So in terms of niche selection on Etsy, bro, there's so many things. I mean, one, why don't you want to do clothing? You know, if you look at Etsy.com right here, so this is the up-to-date version, this is the UK store, right? Fashion Finds is right there. Fashion Finds is right there. You can see they're promoting fashion and a lot of different things within here, quite a lot. Fashion's really good, clothing is really good, particularly women's clothing. I would stay away from personalized items. I would focus on women's Western clothing, right here. Dresses under $100, really good. Linen clothing, lounge sleepwear. This has actually been really, really good for us. Like loungewear, like pajama kind of thing, PJs, been really good for us. So I would personally focus on that, okay? As a niche right now in 2025, I think that is the best niche, and that's gonna be the killer niche where people are gonna make the most money in 2025, okay? Disregarding this, if you just don't want to do fashion for whatever reason, right? You want to be silly about it, you don't want to do this, whatever. Maybe you got a couple fashion stores already, okay? I would look at the other things that Etsy is promoting. That's always the best way to look at it, okay? Like, what is Etsy pushing in front of people's eyes? You know, what are they pushing to the masses, you know? So if you look at something, right, home favorites, really good niche. They're pushing it right in the middle, okay? Obviously you got gifts, you got Valentine's Day. Home favorites, really easy to do. There's so much variation within these niches right here. You can see cafe curtains, like what the fuck even is that, you know? Like cozy throws, shelves, you know, there's a lot of different things in there. Home decor is my personal like best niche where I've made the most money. And it's fucking really good niche, right? So many different things, so much variation in here. Absolutely killer. Try and list unique items and anything will work. Literally anything will work. I just opened my crystal themed store today. What do you think about this niche? I think crystals on Etsy is a very good niche to do. Is it the best niche? No, but it's a very good niche anyways. Like, really on Etsy, there's pretty much like only very good niches and there's just bad niches, you know? Like, crystals are good. I've seen some people do it. I would say that margins can be a little bit lower than other niches like home goods and clothing. Where on clothing, you can sell something you're buying for $10 for like $100. I mean, this would be a good example. This right here, you can buy this for I think $15 on AliExpress. And you can see they're selling it for $121 right here on Etsy. Whereas crystals, really you're going to be buying it for like much closer to the sales price. Let's have a quick look. So, I mean, this, for example, right here, so 23 reviews, it does okay. You know, they're selling it for, well, the cheapest option is like $13, $14. It's not that cheap to get this type of item. But it really depends, right? There's so many different options that you can do with crystals. You can start doing these big ones, like these big amethyst, whatever. You start doing these, and these have much better margins. You got to remember though, these are heavy. So if you're selling these from like China, which this is probably from US, it's going to be very expensive to ship single items like that. If we have a quick look here, so you can see like all these ones are being shipped from China. So something like this would be really difficult to make money with. Like the margins just aren't going to be that good because you're going to get a lot of people buying those really cheap ones, $7, you know, $5 shipping, which is all right, but like it's very, 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 very low margins and low average order value. Because you got to think about like who are the people that are buying the products on the Etsy platform, who are people like buying crystals on Etsy. It's normally younger people that are a little bit stupid, you know, people that buy crystals. They're always a bit like lefty, stupid kind of thing. Like younger typically as well, people that buy crystals are going to be younger. So yeah, like it's just going to be hard to make money and you're going to be dealing with a lot of stupid customers. But that doesn't mean you can't do it really, really, really well. You know, like this store right here, $54 for this listing. I think this is probably a more of a new store. They're running ads for this. Yeah, this is a brand new store. But like some of these items, $77, that's good. That's a good margin. That's not that large, like it's not that heavy. So that's going to be pretty good margins on that type of product. The thing is with Etsy is like, you can make money in literally any niche. It doesn't really matter which niche you're in. There's great niches. There's kind of really great niches. There's okay niches, you know, but most of the time, it's always good to just run with it. Like the margins within crystals, typically I'm going to say though, isn't going to be close to 50%. It's going to be closer to 20, 15, maybe 25%. That's what I've personally seen, my own personal experience, and seeing some other stores in there and seeing the back end of some other stores in there as well. Bro, there is so many different Etsy dropshipping niches. Like there's like, it's like, I don't know, there's not a single answer to that. There's so many different things you can do. Something I personally like quite a lot is women's clothing. You know, stuff like this, you can find it really easy on AliExpress. You know, this store is one I reviewed the other day. It's got 170,000 orders on its store in a couple of years. It makes like 50K profit every single month. You know, star seller, banger store, okay? It's got 1,300 listings, which is really good, but every single one of their items, pretty much, let's see if we can find this one, pretty much every single one is available on AliExpress. So like, it's very, 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 very easy to find. You know, like literally look, like, does this make sense? Like super, super, super easy. I look at that shit. So incredibly simple. You know, like literally, I found that product in 2 seconds. So it's £21 there, free delivery, super quick, pretty like that's 2-week delivery. It's pretty good. Yeah, this one here, they're selling it for $160 and you can buy it for like $30. You know, it's a good niche right there. It's a good niche right there. Wall art is best niche. No, wall art is not the best niche. There's not a specific fucking best niche in the entire universe. It doesn't really work like that. But wall art is a good niche as well. Women's clothing is good. Lots of things are fucking good, you know? What is a good niche for Q4? Bro, a good niche for Q4, so there's so many different ones, right? A good niche for Q4 is a niche that can be gifted, but it's evergreen. So you want a niche that can be sold all year round, but can also be gifted, okay? Yeah, you want a niche that can be sold all year round, but can also be gifted, okay? So an evergreen product, such as a bracelet, such as whatever, right? Let's say a lighter, right? So I have a lighter here, right? A lighter is a good product for Q4 because it's heavily giftable. If you put this in a gift box, it's a beautiful lighter for a beautiful lighter. It's a wonderful gift for a guy, right? Wonderful gift for a guy. It's a cool lighter, whatever, right? Put it in a nice little box, it's great. But it can also be bought all year round for birthdays, presents, or someone just buy it for themselves. So this is the best type of product. A product that can be evergreen, but goes in Q4 because of the gifting season, okay? Does that make sense? Am I supposed to give a private supplier my login, or do I just give them my order details and they will fulfill it? So typically
typically, what you'll do is there's kind of two ways to do it. The more common way is just giving them the login details. They will sign you up to a piece of software that will basically sort everything out for you. But if that doesn't happen, if they don't want to do it like that, you can give them a CSV, or you don't want to do it like that, you can download the orders and just send it over to them. Yeah. How do I train VAs to only list products? What do you mean to only list? What, as in they... Basically, you just train them to list products. So the way you train a VA for Etsy listings is you write an SOP, so a standard operating procedure. You write a document of how you do it, and then you do some little videos of how you do it, like do a little tutorial of how exactly you list the product. You show them that. You slowly build up their tasks. So right in the beginning, you'll get them to select the images once they understand that. You get them to write the titles. Once they understand that, you get them to write descriptions. You slowly build up their tasks to the point that they're completely independent. That's basically how you train a VA, right? It's the same way you'd get taught in school. You get taught the basics, the foundational stuff, then you get taught on top of that, 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 top of that. Yeah, makes sense? But training VAs is not necessarily hard, as long as you've got good VAs. Is more the hardest part, right? Like if you've got a decent VA that's pretty good, then you'll do okay. You'll do okay.